just so that when I've got the glue on it, I don't have to be fiddling around trying to figure out which way the grain's supposed to go, because I already know now. Okay, and I still have the dimple left from the tail center when I originally roughed this out, so alright, and just like when I started, I'll use a saw to cut that the rest of the way off. So I've got that for another project sometime, or a jam chuck, or that's where all of my jam chucks come from, is things like this. Okay, so now I've got a spigot there. It's just slightly oversized for the project for the opening it has to fit. And I haven't lost any of my grain match. So that's just a trick. If you, on a piece of straight grained wood, you can take out quite a bit of wood and still get a good grain match between the lid and the bottom, but it's when the grain is a little squirrely that you have to resort to tricks like this. This piece I wouldn't have had to, I don't think. I just doing it as a demonstration. So I'm just going to take a little off this shoulder here. just to get rid of the glue that had squeezed out there. And now I'll size, while this is still solid, I'll size that spigot. If I size it and get a really, really tight fit now, and then when I hollow the thing out, usually I don't have to take any more off. Somehow it relaxes the fit when you hollow the thing out. I don't know why it does that, but it has. I have noticed it in the past. Okay, so now I have to fit that. I'm using a skew chisel as a negative rake scraper to take off very small amounts. And tapering the end. Alright, so that is just starting on to that tapered section. Okay, so I'm trying to make the profile of that spigot sort of bulging in the middle. And that's quite good, except the tenon's too long yet. Okay, that's still not seating to the shoulder. The tenon's just a touch too long yet. And I think that is all right. I just need a little light. Well, I don't think I'm quite there yet. Well, maybe I am. Seems to me I can see just a trace of the tenon in there. There. Now that's seated all the way for sure. I still have a fair bit of wood to remove out here. And if I have to, since that's only a friction fit, I got to take pretty light cuts if I'm only depending on that. So what I'm going to do is face the end off here and put a center dimple so I can bring the tailstock up. And then I'll be able to take heavier cuts when I'm getting rid of the waste in here. Not hugely heavy cuts, but toe of the skew to put a center dimple. And I'll bring the tailstock up to support that while I'm removing the bulk of the waste. Way too much tool overhang there. I better get a shorter rest. Normally if you're making a finial box or something like that, you turn the finial as a separate piece and then glue it on. I am doing this a little different. I'll be turning the finial as part of the lid. Which means I got to get it right the first time. Alright, so now I can move the rest in right where I'm going to be working. And I'll try to be making most of my cuts towards the support. If I'm making cuts like this, the resistance of the cut could be trying to pull that off of the spigot, and I don't want that. I didn't particularly want that either. I thought I still had lots of thickness there. Well, nuts. I guess if I want a spigot on this one, it's going to have to be a separate piece. I never even gave that a thought there. That's going to look like heck inside, I think. Nuts. I'll have to try and square up the sides of that hole and make it circular. Because it didn't break out circular. That wood there's maybe a 1/16 of an inch thick at the most, and probably isn't any thicker back to about there, so I don't want to take it all the way back. Alright, as a matter of fact, I have some wood that I bought for finials, and I've never ever used a piece of it yet. I don't think it's big enough to grip in this chuck anyway, so I'll set this down here. I believe that's African blackwood, is what it was labeled as, anyway. So now I want to undercut that shoulder. So that it will seat against this curved surface. And I have to take a fair bit of length off. It's still not, that's not nearly enough, but it's a start. Yeah, I just need a little more undercutting there. That might be alright.